Good morning, everyone. And today I'm going to talk about sugars, something which we often misunderstood. Sugars are essential source of our energy and for our body, but not all sugars are same. Few are good and few are not so friendly. When we consumed in excess amount, it is very harmful to our body. In this topic, we'll cover types of sugars. There are three types of sugars. One is simple sugar, one is double sugars, the other one is complex carbohydrates. Simple sugars are also known as monosaturates. Uh, they are glucose, fructose, and galactose. Glucose, the body's primary energy source. This glucose is found in honey and fruits. It is used in our body. It is absorbed immediately in our body as an energy. When we consume too much amount of sugar, the glucose is stored in the liver and it is converted to fat. Okay, it is transported into the cells via an hormone called insulin. Glucose is transported into the cells via an hormone called insulin. Glucose comes under simple sugar. It is absorbed rapidly and it's a quick energy boost. When we consume too much of sugar, it crashes our system. Next, coming to fructose, which is available in fruits, honey, and high fructose corn syrup. Unless, like sucrose, sucrose enters into the cells through bloodstream, it enters into the body, but fructose it directly metabolizes in the liver. Okay, it can be converted into glucose used as an energy when required, or in excess quantity, it is stored as a fat. It does not cause an immediate spike in the insulin level, but can contribute to insulin resistance over a time. Excessive intake, especially from processed foods, may lead to fatty liver disease, fruit, especially if we consume too much amount of fruit juices. When we consume food, we eat not more than one or two fruits, but when we consume it in the form of fruit juices, we end up taking a big glass, around 300 ml, 400 ml of juice. Since it has a fructose, it is not converted by our blood cells, it is directly enters into the liver. Only when we are starving, it uses back as an energy. Otherwise, when we are consuming juices along with other food, it is stored into the liver as a fat. This fat is again taken this fat is goes to stored in adipose tissue. So it is one of the biggest threat. So please don't consume juice as such. Instead, go for a full fruit. Now, third one is galactose. It is also known as dairy sugar. It is found in dairy products. It can be converted into glucose in the liver before we use before used for the energy. Okay, it is essential for the production of glycoproteins and glycolipids. These two are very important in the function of our brain and immune system. It plays a very important role in infant nutrition. It is available in the form of breast milk. When we consume excess amount of galactose, it leads to galactosemia. It is a rare genetic disorder, okay, where body cannot properly process galactose. Now the second one, disaturates, also known as double sugars. They are three: sucrose, lactose, and maltose. Sucrose is also known as table sugar. Sucrose is again divided into two parts. One is glucose, the other one is fructose. It is found in sugarcane. Sugar is extracted from sugarcane. Jaggery is also extracted from sugarcane. It is found in sugarcane, beets, fruits, and in processed foods. This sucrose is broken down by an enzyme called sucrase in our small intestine. It splits into glucose and fructose for absorption. It is absorbed rapidly by the blood sugar. It leads to the insulin release, spike in the insulin. As sucrose has fructose also, fructose is metabolized in the liver. It can be converted into glucose and stored as glycogen, or in excess quantity it is turned into a fat. This sucrose is commonly available in processed foods, added to sweets, soft drinks, bakery products, or for enhancing sweetness in the food. What happens when we consume too much amount of sucrose? It leads to obesity, insulin resistance, and type 2 diabetes. Insulin resistance due to the fructose content in our table sugar. Okay, and third one is lactose, which is also known as milk sugar. It is also a combination of glucose and galactose. This is found in milk and milk products. The enzyme lactase in our small intestine, it splits into glucose and galactose for absorption. It is very essential for the infant nutrition. Major carbohydrate in breast milk, providing energy for newborns. Lactose intolerance. People with low lactase levels may experience bloating, gas, diarrhea after consuming dairy products. Lac- Fermented dairy products like yogurt and cheese contain probiotics that can aid digestion for lactose. It helps for the lactose intolerance people. You can consume. What are the alternative options for lactose? Plant-based milk, which I really don't suggest, go for that. Just like almond milk, soy milk, or oat milk, I don't suggest going for that. Instead, you just don't drink milk and milk products, but you can consume ghee and curd. This is regarding lactose. Now coming to maltose, also known as grain sugar. Maltose is also known as malt sugar. It is composed of glucose and glucose. Okay, it is found in germinating grains like barley, malted beverages, and some processed foods. This maltose is broken down by an enzyme called maltase. In the small intestine, it splits into two glucose molecules before absorption. This maltose is used in brewing and baking, essential in beer production, and act as a sweetener in food processing. It absorbs slowly, provides sustained energy compared to monosaturates, that's simple sugars. It's not common in our diet. This is mostly found in fermented foods and not widely consumed as a primary source of energy. What happens when we consume too much amount of maltose? Excess maltose can contribute to high blood sugar and weight gain. Now coming to the third type of sugars, this is polysaccharides, are also known as complex carbohydrates. Starch, glycogen, and cellulose, also known as fiber. Starch, it's a complex carbohydrate which is found in potatoes, sweet potatoes, rice, wheat, corn, and legumes. It is broken down by an enzyme called amylase. in our saliva and pancreas. It converts into maltose, which is further broken down into glucose. It aids in the slow digestion. It provides a steady release of energy to our body. It is high in fiber. It is also known as resistant starch. It is found especially in unripe bananas. Unripe bananas are really good. Okay, it acts as a prebiotics for our gut health. It is a primary carbohydrate in many parts of world. What happens when we consume in excess amount? Highly processed starches, example white bread, can lead to spike in the insulin. Okay, and also we gain lot of weight when we consume too much amount of white bread on a daily basis. Okay, now glycogen, which is also stored in our body as a glucose. It is composed of highly branched glucose chains. It is stored in our liver and muscles as the body's primary energy reserve. This is broken down, okay, by an enzyme. When needed, glycogenesis releases glucose into bloodstream for energy. It is essential for physical activity. It provides quick energy for our muscles during exercise. It is regulated by an hormone called insulin. Insulin helps in storage of glycogen, while glycogen breaks down when blood sugar is very low. Excess glucose beyond glycogen storage is converted into fat. Okay, low glycogen stores causes energy crashes and muscle weakness. The third and the main important sugar is cellulose, that is dietary fiber. It is made up of long glucose chains linked differently than starch, making it indigestible by humans. This is mainly found in vegetables, fruits, whole grains, nuts, and plant cells. It is not digested by our digestive system. This cellulose lacks enzyme to break it down, but it supports our gut health. It adds bulk to our stool. It prevents constipation and supports a healthy gut microbe. It regulates blood sugar. It slows down glucose absorption, reducing blood sugar spikes. It helps in lowering the cholesterol, helps remove bad cholesterol from the body. It reduces a risk of chronic diseases. Okay, example cancer. It supports heart health and aids in weight management by releasing sugar slowly, by helping in not spiking the insulin in the body. I hope understood types of sugars. Thank you.